Hey guys. All right. I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of me read in the next upcoming months. And let's talk about why. All right. So definitely, if you haven't already, watch my video that I posted yesterday. Um, if you're watching this at a later date, the one from June 10th. Um, we've all been feeling kind of stuck, kind of stagnant. That is super normal this time of year, but I think it's just like extra heavy this year. As someone who's been around with Scentsy for a long time, I can attest that it is extra heavy this year, and your business feels so heavy because of all of the other things happening in our lives, right? There is just so many other things going on, and everyone I know is just like going through some real heavy stuff. And it's just a lot, whether it's finances, whether it's health, whether it's circumstances, whether it's work, whether it's stress, whether it's, things to do with your kids, things to do with your parents, things to do with your pets. Um, it's just a lot. Like we're all just going through so much. And when we are going through a lot of heavy things in our life, it then translates into our business. And then our business feels really heavy and it feels hard for us to show up for our business because of all of the things that we're going through with um our lives. And here we are. And then you add in the fact that it's summer, where since he's not the busiest during the summer, and let's be honest, it's just a fact. It's because people are not spending as much time in their homes. People are spending money on other things, and that's okay. But I'm also here to tell you, as someone who has lived through many, many, many a summers with Scentsy, it is possible to have really good months throughout the summer. You just have to show up differently and you have to show up consistently. Now, I've been going through a lot personally, and I will not lie to you, the whole like last month, I really don't even know how. I mean, thank goodness for that sale. I somehow managed to get like 3,000 PRV, but then I was like, don't really know how that happened. And if we didn't have the sale, I have no idea how low my PRV would have been. But we can't count on a sale every single month. And that's just the truth of it. So we need to come into this month and plan accordingly. Now, I do high sales, and that's because I've built up a business. And I have worked on this for the last 5 years, consistently meeting new customers. And I will tell you that your customers, this is the biggest part in breaking up the stagnation, is you have to do two things. One, you have to constantly, never ending, you have to always be meeting new people. Okay. And that is because out of nowhere, people will stop buying from you for an assortment of reasons. Think about expenses that you have cut out in the last year. Well, guess what? Your customers, some of them have cut out Scentsy as an expense. That is okay. It has nothing to do with you. Maybe they joined. Maybe they started buying from someone that they know more. Maybe they just aren't buying Scentsy at all because they can't afford it. Maybe they're buying less Scentsy because their finances are tight. Whatever it is, right? So you need to always be meeting new customers because you're always losing customers, or you have customers that are spending less money than they used to. The next thing you have to do is you have to take care of the customers you already have, right? Those are the two biggest components to a successful foundation, a heavy, solid, healthy foundation in your business, all right? So, right now, those of you that are feeling stuck, those of you that are feeling stagnant, those of you that feel like, oh my gosh, it feels too heavy to do anything at all. Let me tell you, that was me for the last 2 weeks of my life. I felt like touching my business in any way, shape, or form just felt icky. It felt heavy. It made me want to vomit. I'm not going to lie to you. Just because life's been a lot, right? It has. And I am at the point where I'm like, all right, life is a lot, and I don't want to work my business, but I know that this business is a blessing. I know that this business can bring in the financials that I need right now while we are going through the process of buying a house and now having to figure out packing up 8 years worth of things. Anyways, it's a lot. And I know that Scentsy is this blessing, and I believe it was Debbie Pitts-Palmer. Goodness, friend, if you're watching this, I love you so much. But she emphasized the importance of when life gets hard, that's when you pick up your kit. When life gets hard, that's when you lean into your Scentsy business. It is hard to lean into your business when you are feeling this way. But when you listen to people like Debbie Pitts-Palmer, people like me, let me walk you through this. Be with me firsthand while I do this. I'm just going to keep sharing with you guys what I am doing to break through this. You are going to see it firsthand. You can watch this. You can send this to a friend who might need to hear it. You can post this to your team group. You can share this with your teams. Share it with whoever, because that's the thing that is so amazing about Scentsy. So amazing about having resources like trainings. You send them to people to help them, right? So let me help you by showing you simply what I'm doing. This is not rocket science. This is nothing crazy. But when I literally woke up this morning and I laid in bed for an hour. And then I was like, okay, Vanessa, you gotta get going. You gotta do something. You gotta put this phone. Listen, this is my biggest enemy, my number one cause of stress. I need to get rid of it. I really hate my phone. I need to download, get the apps off my phone, be done scrolling social media. Anyways, that's a problem for another day. But I literally asked myself, and I said, what the heck can I do to work my business today? And I've learned this over the years. So for a long, 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 long time, I hated follow-up, and many of you hate follow-up. And I've learned to embrace follow-up, and it is now my favorite F word next to a few other ones, but uh F you, follow up. Follow up is exactly what you need to do to that. Remember those two things, meeting new customers and taking care of them. Taking care of your customers through follow up is the best thing you can do. It is free. It costs you no money at all. It offers excellent customer service to your customers. It makes them feel appreciated. It makes them feel seen. It makes them feel taken care of. And sometimes it brings in orders, right? We love follow up. And even if you don't, pretend that you do. Okay. So, that being said, it's exactly what I did. I said, you know what? If we need to break up stagnation, the only thing that fixes that stuck feeling is movement. And movement, aka action, can be done at any speed. One thing, one follow-up conversation in the right direction that will put you in the right direction. And we are going for direction over speed, over intensity. We want to move forward. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be in crazy volumes. You don't have to follow up with 20 customers today. I'm asking you to follow up with 2 people. Okay, and I'm gonna show you some conversations that I had today, literally today. Okay, here's the other thing I'm gonna tell you guys. It's okay if your office is a mess. It's okay if your house is a mess. Do you see this? This is obviously not what it looks like all the time, and I'm just giving you that permission. But anyways, back to the follow-up. I'm gonna share with you guys just some conversations that I've had. So let's go ahead and start here. Okay, so this is a conversation. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the one that's showing me. Yes. Okay. So Sheila is a customer of mine. So Sandy and Sheila are cousins. They placed a $300 order for the flash sale. And I had followed up with Sandy because it was under Sandy's name. I said, hey, thank you so much for placing an order, yada, yada. And I followed up with her when when the order had arrived. I was like, hey, have you had a chance to try everything out? What do you think so far? And she goes, oh, like I love my stuff. I'm dropping the rest of it off to Sheila later today. So this was a couple days ago. So at this point today, I was like, all right, I need to catch up on follow-up. And I remembered that Sheila had an order dropped off by Sandy. So I said, hey, Sheila, Sandy told me she was dropping off products to you a few days ago. Have you had a chance to try any of it out? It really is that simple, guys, I promise. Follow-up is simple. It is meant to sound like you are talking to a friend. Okay? So let's go to another one here that I had today. All right, so let's see. I want to make sure I'm on the right one. Yes. Okay, perfect. So this one is for a customer of mine who she doesn't order all the time. She's an inherited customer. A friend of mine who used to sell Scentsy no longer sells Scentsy, and she had to send her customers my way, which is very big blessing. Now, this customer, she orders a couple times a year. I'd say probably anywhere from like 3 to 6 times a year, just depending. And she does typically like stock up when she does order. So she did place a very decent sized order with quite a few wax bars, quite a few pods. I can count on her to order almost once every season to stock up on seasonal fragrances. So she just grabbed quite a few pods from the summer collection and then a handful of other wax bars. So here's the message that I sent her. I said, thank you so much for stocking up on pods and wax with me. I'm so glad you grabbed the new scents from the summer collection. They are so good. Your order has tracking info available here and it will ship out soon. Here's the link. So simple. Guys, don't overthink it. Don't word vomit. Share your excitement. Show them gratitude. Say thank you. It's super, really is that easy. And then what I'm going to do is once I notice this order has shipped, again, guys, there's this free thing called Scentsy Connect. Okay? It is free. It connects to your workstation. It tells you who to follow up with and when. So you can use your Scentsy Connect app and it'll say, here are orders that are delivered. And then you go to that list of delivered orders and you reach out to those people and say, hey, I saw that your order arrived. Have you had a chance to open up your box? Or have you had a chance to try anything out yet? It's really that simple. All right, so let's go to another one. Over here we have, let's see. All right, so that one is done. Okay, your whiff box from Scentsy should be arriving on Friday. Could you please take pictures once you get it? All right, so this is my customer, Brenda. This is part of her Scentsy Club. She gets a whiff box every single month through Scentsy Club. And I specify from Scentsy because I do scent crates, and she also gets a scent crate from me every single month. So she gets one from Scentsy and then one that I custom make every month. So I specified, hey, your whiff box from Scentsy will be arriving on Friday. Could you please take pictures of it? It is really that simple, guys. You don't have to have the same conversation over and over again. It doesn't have to be copy and paste. It doesn't have to be super complex, okay? So that's one that I want to show you. And then there's another one before I make my point that I want to show you guys. I think it's this one. Let's see. Oh, no, this is a different one. But anyways, we'll talk about this one too. All right. So this one was for a customer who has not ordered in a while. She told me that she wanted Hamish. I forgot that she wanted Hamish. I forgot to tell her when. Oh, actually, I did send out a text message that it had restocked, and she never responded to it. So I sent out a project broadcast text saying, hey, Hamish is back in stock. Make sure you grab it. She didn't order it. She must have not seen my text. Whatever happened, right? So I sent her this text message today. And it was basically because I knew that I met her at a show a couple months ago. She had bought a Scentsy Air Solo and a Scentsy Air Quad and a handful of pods, had it all shipped to her. It was really exciting, right? So I realized I forgot to follow up and ask how she was liking it all. Guys, this happens, right? Life has happened. Sometimes we miss the follow up. Is that great? No, but we can't go back and change that. So instead of beating ourselves up and getting mad and getting frustrated and giving up and not responding, not reaching out, because here's the thing, the worst thing you can do is not forgetting to follow up. The worst thing you can do is realizing you never followed up and then never talking to that customer again. It is better for you to follow up late than never, okay? So even if it's been a while, it's not weird. I haven't talked to this lady in 2 months, right? She's had her quad for 2 months. She clearly needed pods before this. But anyways, I reached out today and I said, hey, Melinda, I wanted to check in on your Scentsy quad and pods. What do you think of it? Do you need any refills? She had responded to me after this point and said, oh, I want to wait for Hamish to be back in stock and then I'll stock up on pods. Well, luckily, I have a Hamish in stock because I grabbed it for shows. And I went ahead and texted her that and said, hey, you know what? Let's see. Oh, she already messaged me back. I said, oh, I actually have one on hand. I could ship it to you if you like. She says, we leave for vacation on Sunday and we'll be gone for about 10 days. Can we wait until we get back? Absolutely. Here's the thing, guys. This follow-up conversation just turned into a sale. And it's been less than 30 minutes. So we love that. All right. So that's just another example. Let me go ahead and show you. I believe it is this one. Should be the last one. Okay, perfect. No. Yes, this is the last one I wanted to show you. Okay. Your Scentsy Club order should be arriving on Friday. Would you mind snapping a pic or two once it arrives? This is what I wanted to get back to you and tell you. You don't have to have all of the products on hand to take pictures and post them. One of the very best things that you can do as a consultant that will one, save you time, two, increase engagement, and three, prevent you from having to find your own pictures. Guys, ask your customers to take pictures of their orders and post them. And the reason why we want to do this, I've talked about it. I'm going to tell you about it again in case you haven't heard it before, because I just really want to hammer that in so it sinks in there for you. Here's the thing. If I have a customer like this who gets Scentsy Club orders, now hers, I don't know that it has anything current in there, to be very honest with you. She's a lot of retired wax bars and a handful of other things that she gets. But by asking her, this is, we have conversations all the time when her Scentsy Club order arrives. So she gets it every 3 months. We talk at least every 3 months, probably more than that though. And her club order is arriving on Friday. I asked her to snap a few pictures. And if she says yes, she's either going to send me the pictures or she's going to post. If she sends them to me, I'll be like, oh, hey, thank you so much. Actually, would you mind posting these in our VIP group and tag and like just letting people know that your club order had arrived? If she says no, I'll post for her. But you could just ask your customers. Say, hey, when you get everything and you open it up, can you take a few pictures for me actually? And then you ask them to post. They are almost always more than happy to do so. And what it does is it shows that your customers are using the products. It shows other customers that, hey, this person has a Scentsy Club. So they're getting exposed to Scentsy Club. It also shows this customer what are the perks of Scentsy Club, getting these retired wax bars. It helps them see what other people have, because here's the other thing, FOMO. Someone wants what someone else has. That is the entirety of this. You're going to see this hot pink tank top and you're going to think, wow, Vanessa, I really want that hot pink tank top. You didn't want a hot pink tank top before, but now you do. So that just goes to show. Or like neon green nails. One of you, I guarantee at least one of you is going to look at these nails and be like, oh, I want neon green nails. That's so fun. So that's how that works. It's FOMO. So the two things that I want you to do, this is your challenge for today. You can do this, okay? Even if you have 5 minutes, you can do this. I want you to follow up with two people today. I want you to follow up with one person who has recently received an order or is about to receive an order, okay? And I want you to say, hey, your order is about to ship, or your order has tracking, I want to send it to you. Or, hey, have you had a chance to open up your box yet? Or, hey, when their order comes in, would you mind taking a picture? That is your choice. You choose who that one person is and what you ask them. Your second conversation that I want you to have is with one person who has not ordered in at least 2 to 3 months and probably needs a refill. Especially if you know someone who uses pod products. So if you don't even know who to reach out to, again, Scentsy Connect, use that. Or go to your order history, filter the dates to be at least 3 to 6 months, and type in pod. And it'll show you customers who ordered 3 to 6 months ago that ordered Scentsy pods, right? Because here's the thing, the great thing about pods, they can't go anywhere else to get them. They have to get them through Scentsy. And if you haven't reached out to them and they haven't initiated an order, maybe they know that they need pods and they forgot and they're busy. Or maybe they're just not even thinking about it. And they're like, oh my gosh, Vanessa, thank you so much for reaching out. I actually do really need some pods. So let me go ahead and place an order with you. So even if they don't order with you, they're at least getting excellent customer service. They know that you're thinking about them. They know that you are reaching out to them. And even if they don't place an order, you're still seeing in front of your customers, and that's huge. So again, reach out to someone who hasn't ordered in a while, and reach out to someone who either is about to get an order or just received an order. 2 conversations. That is the movement that you are doing today to break up this stagnation. This is the action, the steps that you are taking in the right direction, and we are going to consistently keep showing up. So I've given you examples. Follow up. If you are ever in a position where you're like, I know I need to work my business, but I don't know what to do, Scentsy Connect. Go to Scentsy Connect and choose. Choose to have 5 conversations. Choose to have 1 conversation. Choose to sit down and have as many conversations as you can before a timer goes off or before you have to go do something. Do as many as you can in the pickup line for kids at school. Do as much as you can while your kid is at swim practice. Do as much as you can first thing in the morning while you enjoy a cup of coffee. Do as much as you can before the rest of the house wakes up. Do as much as you can while you're sitting on the toilet. Guys, let's be so for real. You can have two follow-up conversations every time you sit on the toilet. It really is that simple, and it will help you to make it a lot less serious. Follow-up is not serious. It is meant to feel like a conversation between you and a friend. Treat your customers the same way you treat your friends, and you'll be just fine. Unless you swear at your friends and call them names, then maybe leave that part out. But anyways, I've chatted for far too long today. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please know that you can do this. I believe in you, and if I can do this, you can do this. You got me? Do you see me? Do you understand you're a badass? Don't you forget it. Do not let this slump, this slow season, this stagnation, this stuck feeling keep you from achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve through Scentsy. Do not let this be the reason why you quit, because the only actual way to fail is by giving up and quitting. Instead, choose longevity. Choose to keep moving forward. Choose to keep getting uncomfortable. Choose to have the conversations and start thinking. Right now, we're having two conversations. If you want to go above and beyond, do it. Yes, I love that. I love that. Do more. We love that. And then afterwards, start thinking about how are you going to keep meeting new people, or how else can you serve your customers? Because we have to remember to serve our customers, take care of the ones we already have, and keep meeting new ones. All right? I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and we will talk very soon.